different kind of Vitamix. A totally different design. And that is the stainless steel type Vitamix with the chimney top and the spigot. Another one of my super favorites. This is how I started my channel, with this machine, this exact machine. This is a Vitamix 4000, and it has forward and reverse. It has 3 speeds on it, and it looks awesome. I mean, this thing is awesome looking. I love it, and it has the spigot and everything, and it works. Everything works. This thing is just too cool to use, you know. But I started the channel because with this kind of machine, there's no instructions, there's no real information out there. So and there are people who actually have these and they have no idea how to use them, or if they just use them for blending, but they're just missing out on all the other capabilities of it. And that's the only reason why I show it, is because it's fun. It's just a fun machine, and there are people who, are missing out on a lot of the processes that I can do. And I just show them to help them. That's it. And a lot of, sometimes the comments come in, oh my God, that thing takes forever to do it. Look, I'm not a super master at it. I use this every now and then. I use it every now and then, just for fun. But I'm not 100% proficient at it. So if I used it every day for, maybe a couple of months, I'd probably know how to use this thing every single time, come out perfect. But I use it only once in a while, so sometimes I'm used to a certain recipe, and then I try to make that recipe in here, it doesn't come out. And I have to make adjustments to it, but that's a whole other series that I'm gonna do. But this is my other machine, classic reversible 4000, and that's the other machine I have. So let's go down here. Alrighty. So down here, oh, I forgot. Yeah, I'll show some accessories later. Okay. My wife's scale. My wife has a scale. Let me put that over here. Now, why do we have multiples of the same thing? Well, because she's in the military. There you go. She was away from home, and she needed whole food nutrition, and I said, just get the S50, because it'll be perfect for the the barracks and whatever, and get the scale, so that, because she doesn't know much about food and healthy eating and stuff. So I said, get the scale and get the machine, and with that you can learn how to do the whole foods, and I guided her a bit on how to do it. And she was successful with it. So that's why we have two of these things. So this is the other 4000 I have. And it is complete. It is complete. There we go. Now, why do I have this one? Primarily because it's in better condition than that one. And I wanted one that was primary to the channel. So it's like, this is the one that I actually use for demos and this and that and the other thing. And I wanted one that was in, more pristine condition, just for collection purposes. So like I said, this is also hobby. You spend money on hobbies. It's just the way it is. And there it is. That's the other one. That's the other one. Okay, I'm already running out of space. This is why my wife's always mad at me. Alright. Let's keep going here. So that was that one there. I got some cooling racks for bacon stuff. I'm just going to put that over there. Alright, I have... Wow, this... Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to unpack everything as I do this. Like I said, no editing, so you're gonna have to come with me on this ride. All right, next one. Again, we are sticking with that generation of stuff. So this is the Vitamix 3600 Plus. The Vitamix 3600 Plus is this is for this one here. Completely identical to the Vitamix 4000. The difference is, from what I can tell, is only the warranty that it came with. This one, the Vitamix 3600 Plus was a 5-year warranty, and the commercial Vitamix 4000 was a 7-year warranty. That's the only difference I could find at all about the differences between the machine. Other than that, they do the exact same thing, same motor, same noise, same everything. Everything is the same. This one has, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 position switch. Now this has a 4-position switch, that has a 3-position switch, but there's only 3 speeds. Don't ask me, you know, it's probably the switch that they had from the supplier at the time, but it's only low, medium, and high. They're the same, exactly the same, but for some reason this one has a 4-position switch. So it's kind of pretty cool. Again, forward, reverse, and this one's in super pristine condition, and I love it. I love it. Okay, let me get this one out of the way. So that's that. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to start putting these on the floor. All right, that's that one. Okay, which other one do I have? Okay. All right, here we go. We're still going on machines here. Yeah, I have more of these machines. Okay. Vitamix 3600. Now, the other one was a 3600 Plus, which was a later generation of the 3600s, and they were about, you know, that one and this one were about the same. This is an older one. This is a previous generation. They work exactly the same. There's no difference. They have the same controls, okay, same speeds, okay, and pretty much it. This one has the hexagonal drive, which is a 6-sided drive, and then these newer ones have the 12-point drive, so it's a bit more robust of a drive system. So if you're trying to look for one of these, you know, for decor piece or just to have fun blending, having a new experience blending stuff, then you have to be careful when you try to buy these separately, because the 12-point machine, the 12-point drive will sit on the machine, but the machine can't drive it because they won't be connected physically. And then same thing with trying to get the 6-sided container on the 12-point, it won't work. However, there is a little converter that you can buy, and I'll show it on my next machine, that slides on here so you can drive a 12-point blade system. But you can't do it the opposite way. It only goes one way. So anyway, yeah, this is the 3600 here, and this is the container for that. Every single one I have is complete. Works, no leaks, nothing. This one, no, there was another one I actually had that leaked, but I had it repaired and it's like brand new. And so, yep, this one's faded. The only reason I had this machine is because I wanted the cookbook package that was with it. It was an eBay auction, and it had all the paperwork, like all the books and stuff, and all the stuff that they had, like the ads, the paper ads and the magazines and stuff, and all the cookbooks were in great condition. I was like, man, I want those books. And it was like, and the price was so good. I was like, it was such a good deal. I'm like, man, I get all these books, and it's like, might as well, get the whole thing with the machine. Because if I try to buy the books separately, it would have cost more money to try and get them separately. So I had this whole package plus a machine for less money than buying the individual things on eBay. So I said, yeah, why not? I could use it for parts if it doesn't work. But you know what? This one works fantastic. It's a 6-point drive, okay? This one I actually made ice cream with, because this is the original spigot, the original type spigot that came with it from the factory. And the thing about the factory spigot is the inside, the entry to the spigot is bigger, Whereas these here, these are like the replacements that you can find nowadays, but they have a smaller entry. And what that means is that thick mixtures just don't go through here as easy as this one does. So when I make the ice cream, I use this machine because of the spigot. And I've demonstrated this one on the channel. You can look it up. It's freezing ice cream, vanilla ice cream with it. I didn't make a perfect recipe because, like I said, I use this for fun. I didn't rehearse anything. I just was, you know, trying to go with, you know, the instruction. And so with practice, I can do it perfectly. But other than that, this machine works perfectly as well. It just has a broken handle. When you buy these, that's usually a common thing, that they have a broken handle. But this one is, you know, it's not cosmetically perfect, but I don't really care. It works perfect. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh my gosh. He has one more. Here's another one. This is probably the earliest version of the 3600 that you can find. Again, this one works. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. This one works. It's a 6-sided drive. The key difference is that the pad that sits here sits lower, whereas you can see on this side it's like they've raised the pad up, and that's to increase the amount of airflow that can cool the motor. So that is one key thing to look for in these machines, where it's like to tell how late or early they are. And this one works perfectly. I've never had any cooling issues in it, but then again, I never really run these that long because they're so old. I want to keep them in pristine condition. So I never like cook soup in them, but I have a high confidence that it will work. It works perfectly. It has the you know, the very vintage looking label on it. It has this little notice here where to show you how to do the back and forth. And then this one has little kneading bread instructions on it, which is pretty cool. And it's a 3-speed switch. And then another thing that that kind of clues you into how old this one is I guess people were like complaining back in the day that they see a flash anytime they reverse the motor, like an electrical flash, and it's absolutely normal. When you see a flash on the reverse, it's completely normal. So you'll see here that it says to start the container, turn them, and then there's 2 steps on here. Seat the container and then turn on, just rapidly reverse the switch back and forth. But on this one, it has 3 steps on here for the notice, which is the same for the first 2, but the third one says flash when reversing is normal. And I just think it's funny because I think people like freaking out. Oh my God, there's an electrical flash. Oh, my house is gonna burn down. So they had to put that notice on there. And in this bag, there's the converter that I was talking about, where it turns your 6-sided drive into a 12-point drive. So you can, if you have another container of one of these and it's got the 12-point drive on the bottom, you can actually use this to drive this one. So that's another cool tidbit about these machines. I just love these machines. They just look awesome and they do all these processes. It's great. And I just love the action dome on there. I mean, come on, man. This is some cool retro shit, man. You know? Oh my God, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And when you make like whole food with it, you know, you just make a smoothie with one of these things and it comes out so good, and it's just like, man, you know, you would never think that such an old looking machine